So it's the first week of October, and I don't think there's any place I'd rather be than right here with Blue Rock Outfitters. This is the opening week of rifle season for deer and antelope, and I've been coming up here for a long, long time. Look at that. Holy smokes. The outfitter that I'm hunting with, his name is Mike Zemek. And when you call him, you'll find out at talking to him, he's a real deal. And that's why I've been coming over here for over 2 decades now. So Mike, thank you.
Congratulations. My name is Mike Zemek, owner of Blue Rock Outfitters in northeast Wyoming and southeast Montana. We outfit for mule deer, whitetail, antelope, and turkeys. So I've been outfitting here in southeast Montana and northeast Wyoming for almost 20 years now. And ever since I first started here, I've known Keith. We've hunted together.
How far is he? 307. All right, here goes. All right. Oh, Jesus. What do you think about that?
You got it. He's like family. It's almost like your cousins. You only see them once or twice a year, but when they come out, it's a blast.
Look at the size of that buck right there. Good gosh.
Yeah, huge body.
A gigantic, old, ancient buck. That is my kind of deer right there. You know, I've hunted with a lot of outfitters over my career, but I've never hunted with somebody like Mike Zemek. Mike Zemek is the kind of guy that you just want to reach around and hug him all the time. He is a go-getter. He's enthusiastic and passionate and honest and hardworking and determined to get me and you and every one of his hunters at his camp, give them the best hunting experience he can.
You got him, man.
Thank you
Good
so
shooting.
much.
Good shooting.
You went down right there. The cool thing about coming up to this part of the country when you draw a deer tag is you can hunt for either mule deer or white-tailed deer with the same deer tag. And so for me, I like hunting for white-tailed deer. I mean, white-tailed deer, there's something about them that just, I've got a passion for whitetails. And so Johnny's gonna be hunting for whitetails too. Now, this is Johnny's 4th time actually to come up here to Blue Rock Outfitters. And this time, instead of Johnny being behind the camera, Johnny's gonna be in front of the camera. Johnny drew a deer and antelope tag, and I drew a deer and antelope tag. So first on deck, we're gonna target the deer.
So I love hunting whitetails, and I love hunting them even more with Mike Zemek.
He's guiding us. We're at Gobble and Grunt Outfitters, and it's just the two of us because Keith is actually in the lodge. What's he doing, Mike?
Taking a nap.
Oh yeah, as always, taking a nap.
We did a hunt 2 years ago at his place called Gobble and Grunt Outfitters in Nebraska, and I was able to take Old Smoky, which was a legendary buck for us. Oh my God, I'm so hyped up right now.
First of all, I want to say thank you.
Congratulations.
I can't tell you how much this means to me. It has been a tough season for me, folks. I've been hunting Texas, Missouri, no luck. And to get it done with you here, Mike, at Gobble and Grunt is phenomenal.
And we had an awesome time. So to be hunting here myself, I can't wait. Mike has a lot of big, nice deer out here this year. And Keith and I, we don't care about those rack size, even though we know they're out there. We'd rather see someone else shoot those. We're going for those fat boys where you look at them and you know that's a mature deer and he's got to go. So everywhere we go, we put out reconics, and Mike actually runs reconics too. So it was really cool being able to see all the bucks he's got on these bottoms and what their activity is so that Keith and I know exactly what we're working with and we can make our strategy based on that.
The area we're going to be targeting whitetail deer is the Little Powder River. Now the Little Powder River, it's a small river, but it's like, I know there's a lot of deer there. A lot of deer, because every time I sit there, it's like, there's deer there, 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 and there, and there. So that's where Johnny's going.
All right, so if this place looks familiar, it should, because Keith hunts here every year, and he's taken a few really nice deer out of here, and this is kind of like a honey hole, and Keith was nice enough to let me sit here. So we're setting up the blind the day before, give it a little bit of time to rest, and then we're gonna sneak in here real early in the morning, and hopefully first light, we'll be seeing deer.
Me, I want a long shot. I want to see a lot of country. So I'm going to be up above the Little Powder River, up on a bluff overlooking this great, huge valley with big yellow cottonwood trees in it, hoping for a nice, mature whitetail buck. And I can see a long, long ways. All right, so it's October the 1st, opening day of rifle season here in Wyoming. And I am sitting in a pop-up tent blind overlooking the Little Powder River Basin. Johnny is set up about a half mile downriver from me.
Today is opening day, finally here. It's a beautiful morning, and it's awesome. And I'm down in this river bottom, and Keith's probably about a half a mile that way. And I'm gonna hear him if he shoots. But either way, we're both just excited to finally be out here, because I'm telling you what, it doesn't get any better than this. This is Blue Rock, baby. This is the real deal.
2 little bucks, look at him smart. We need a big boy doing that.
All right, I got a buck coming in right here. He's trailing a doe. Nice frame on him.
I'll be doggone. Oh man, that's a nice deer. I may kick myself for not shooting him, but he just doesn't look old enough to me. But he's gonna come and give a good close look. There's Johnny's blind down there to the left of that little old cabin.
He's moving. That's the one thing about deer out here is sometimes they'll come out and they'll stand right in the middle of the field. And other times they will just straight up boogie their way across that field. He looks to be a little bit younger. It's hard to tell though with these northern deer because they're all big-bodied. But he's got a shorter face for sure. You just don't want to rush it. You start rushing things, you start making mistakes. And there he goes.
Let's take a look at that front guy. He's older. He most certainly is a shooter. Look how much bigger he is. He's definitely a 10-pointer. There's one behind it, a little buck. Those are probably the guys who were scrapping this morning. There's 4 bucks down there. There's the one on the left. Yeah. Where's it? 460 yards. Okay, here it goes. Got him. Look at that. Dropped him in his tracks, 460 yards. That's why I used the game changer bullet right there.
All right, so it's around 6:30, and I just heard Keith shoot. It sounded like a cannon going off up there, but I'm hoping he's got a buck down.
All right, so here's what he looks like. I shot him a little over an hour ago, and the reason why it took so long to get down here is we had to get Johnny. But this guy dropped in his tracks. I mean, what a heck of an opening day of Wyoming deer season. You know, it's October the 1st. I've been coming up here with Blue Rock Outfitters for over 20 years now, and I love this area. This part of the country is absolutely fantastic. You know, the cool thing about coming up here is you can hunt for whitetail deer or mule deer with your deer tag. If you're a non-resident, you want to come up here and hunt, you need to apply. Mike Zemek with Blue Rock Outfitters will be happy to help you apply, because you're going to have to apply ahead of time to be able to draw a tag to come up here. And so he'll give you all the pointers, when and how and what unit and so on and so forth. But I've been coming up here a long time, and I'm really happy. You know, my goal for this trip was really just all I wanted to do is just take a mature buck. Okay, I really didn't care about how big the antlers were. And I was sitting there looking at a bunch of guys tonight, and all of a sudden this guy walked down. I thought, that is an old deer. And I looked at him and said, he's mine. So I ranged him. He was 460 yards, and I checked my dope chart, did the right hold, and you see now that why I use the game changer bullet. I mean, it absolutely drops them in their tracks. So if y'all want more information on hunting opportunities with Blue Rock Outfitters, get a hold of Mike Zemek. I personally guarantee you he will take care of you as good as any outfitter has ever taken care of you in your life. And so anyway, I got to get this guy tagged and loaded up and headed to camp, but I'm super happy with him. And y'all stay tuned, because Johnny is on deck tomorrow, and hopefully he gets us lucky. Have I told you I love that rifle? I love that rifle. All right, so I got my deer on the deck, and I mean, I am stoked. This buck is perfect. I mean, perfect example of what a hunter can expect to kill when he comes to Blue Rock Outfitters. Now Johnny's on deck, and Johnny knows that if he doesn't shoot a mature deer, I'm gonna kick his butt.
Okay, so I've got pressure from two sides now. One side is that I definitely have to shoot a mature buck, but the other side is we really can't start antelope hunting until I shoot a mature buck. So we've been hunting in the river bottoms, but Mike gets this wild hair and he wants to switch it up. So believe it or not, up in these prairies, he's got some whitetail out there. And he said, hey, these bucks don't stick around long. Eventually, they're gonna realize, what are we doing out here? And go start chasing does down in the river bottom. So he wants to go out there and start looking for these bucks and try to get one down.
All right, everybody, we are being really quiet right now. While I was down at the river bottom, Mike did some scouting and spotted some good bucks down here. You want to spray down? He spotted some good bucks down in this draw over this hill. So it's getting towards the end of the evening. We're gonna ease up over there and hopefully we'll catch them heading in the wheat field. So what do you say we take off, Mikey? All right, let's go. Let's go. You ready to go kill a big buck?
Heck yeah.
Let's do it, buddy.
All right.
So we head out there and sure enough, we run into these bucks down at the bottom, but they're way out there and they catch wind of us and they take off. But that doesn't mean the hunt is over because we wrap around and we bed these guys down and sure enough, we end up getting them at 135 yards.
All right, so this is the spot.
And all we can see is one of the bucks, but the problem is the big guy, he's down below. We can't see him.
That's not the right one.
That's not the big one, though.
Don't move, he's looking right at us.
And sure enough, this buck just ends up standing up, probably to readjust and get a better sleeping spot. And he looks right at us and we're pegged. And he's standing there and he's standing there. And unfortunately, he wasn't our shooter buck because he gave us about 14 great shots. But eventually he gets wise and starts taking off. And I'm waiting for that other buck to pop out. Sure enough, he comes out full run.
That's him. Okay.
That's him. 140.
Yeah.
Second one,
Okay.
right there. Broadside, 140.
There's the full broadside. I'm this close to pulling the trigger and Keith calls me off because we can't do it. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you can't see it, if it's not good for you, the viewer, that's how we operate. We're not gonna do it. So those guys got away, but this hunt ain't over because I'm going back to the river bottom and we're gonna see what we can make happen there.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful morning. It's nice and chilly, and just nice and still. No wind, which is great. And I actually saw some deer this morning. It was pretty dark, but I saw this tight 6-point. We've seen him before. We saw him last year. He kind of moved on out, but it's been a really good morning. But we'll see. I'm just enjoying being out here. It doesn't get much better than this. Look at him licking that branch. Oh, look at those two tussling. Man, that little guy wants a piece of that, the one that's a little bit bigger than him. I'm looking at a buck right now. It's the buck from this morning. That's a management buck if I've ever seen one. Look how big his body is. And he's just gonna breed and breed. If he comes in and gives us a good opportunity, I might think about, he's moving to the left. He's full frontal, I can't. I couldn't take that shot right now anyway. He's about to lay down, I guarantee you he's about to lay down. Yep. There he goes. Son of a gun. Remember I told you about this place being game rich? Just down here in the bottom, looking at whitetail, bedded down. And I get snuck up on by a nice mule deer buck. All right, I'm looking at a buck right now. He's got a big old fat body on him. That's a nice deer. I'm gonna let him get as close as he wants to get. because he's heading straight for these does. No need to rush it. All right, he's moving to the left. I don't know what just buggered him. All right, there he is. All right. He goes broadside, I'm gonna take the shot. All right, he's starting to turn. All right, I'm gonna take the shot. Oh man, that dropped him. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That is an awesome deer right there. Big body, mature, nice wide rack. Mike has really good deer out here, way bigger than that. But that one right there, that is perfect for me, baby.
All right, everybody, here he is. And I gotta tell you, I knew he was old when he came in. I don't know if you can appreciate his body size, but this is a massive whitetail buck. He's gotta be at least 6 or 7 years old. Look at this old Roman nose. Like, that's a Roman nose if I've ever seen one. That's a bump they only get when they're real mature. And then he's got these hanging jowls of fat here. Just a beast and a tank of a deer. Definitely a mature buck, and definitely one that was ready to go. Perfect deer to take. And I'll tell you what, that was an awesome hunt. I mean, to see him go down like that was great. And getting to hunt with Mike is the best. If you're out there and you're looking for an antelope hunt, mule deer hunt, whitetail, he does whitetail and turkeys in Nebraska under gobble and grunt. I can promise you this, that you will not be disappointed if you give him a call. Everybody has big deer, everybody has big antelope, but nobody has Mike Zemek other than Blue Rock Outfitters. So I would definitely come out here and experience this because it's been a heck of a time. I just couldn't be more thankful and grateful and glad in the end you got down quick. Awesome deer, couldn't be happier.
You know, we've run out of time on this show, but we got 2 more tags. Antelope tags. So make sure and tune in next week on the high road and watch us chase down antelope bucks across the prairie of Wyoming. So we spotted some antelope in the distance.
416. Whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot.